Ah, Valentine's Day, that loved and hated day of the year, when romance reigns and love fills our hearts and minds, or so the story goes. According to Valentine's Day dogma, in order to celebrate, you need that special someone to flower with your affections. But for many, Valentine's Day is a reminder that they haven't yet found that special someone, which raises the question, how do you find and how do you know when you have found that special someone? Just what is it that women find attractive in men?
He has to be taller than me.
Taller than me? You have to be taller than me?
You have to be much taller than me.
Tall?
I like when guys are short. Someone who's taller than me.
They can't be morbidly obese.
A little bit skinny, broad shoulders.
Fit, not too skinny, but not too muscular.
Big eyes.
Big eye.
Like lighter eyes, I guess.
Nice, luscious lips.
Well, those are some features that women find attractive in men. But what about smell?
Smell?
Smell? Smell?
Smell?
Smell?
On this edition of the Psychological States of America, we take a look at how it takes good sense to find a mate. Psychology. Psychology has been defined as the science of the mind, behavior, and emotions in individuals and in groups. We all believe we understand why we think, act, and feel the way we do, and we believe that we know the same about others. But do we really? I'm Dr. Robert Myers. Together, we'll explore the mysteries and intricacies of the human mind and behavior. And we'll take your questions right here on the Psychological States of America. It has been recognized for some time that many animals have a sensitive sense of smell, and they use that ability to attract and find mates. Early on, researchers had discovered an organ in the nasal passage of animals that detects pheromones, a chemical produced by the body that gives off an aromatic signal of readiness and suitability for mating. For ages, researchers tried to find a similar organ in the nose of humans, but were unsuccessful until two plastic surgeons using very high-powered microscopes found a very, very small organ in the nose of humans that can faintly detect pheromones. So faint, in fact, that most people never report smell as being their reason for initial attraction to someone else, and instead cite things such as physical features and personality traits as their reason for initial attraction. But recent research in the attraction of humans demonstrates and indicates that while it's difficult to detect hormonal odors given off by another, it seems to play a larger role than previously thought in how women choose mates. Men excrete more excitatory hormones than women do, and women tend to be more sensitive in detecting those hormones. Specifically, part of our DNA, called the Major Histocompatibility Complex, or MHC, produces molecules that seek out pathogens in our body to alert those cells in our system that destroy and invade disease. Women are able to detect these odors and subconsciously use this information to help form their opinions about their mating choices. Now, studies show that women do not choose mates that have similar odors or MHC molecular structure as their own. The theory behind this is that unlike most genes, which express themselves in offspring based upon dominance, the MHC molecule takes features both from the mother and the father and combines them together. This means that the offspring will have better disease detection and a higher likelihood of being healthy. Now, Interestingly, this whole olfactory decision making goes out the window when women go onto birth control. Studies have shown that when women are on the pill, they tend to be attracted to mates that have similar odors and MHC molecular structures as their own. Now, this is problematic because research has shown that when women do mate with someone with similar MHC molecular structure as their own, they tend to have more difficulties in conception and even experience higher rates of spontaneous abortions. Now, ironically, when women come off the pill, they then tend to recognize that their mate has a distasteful body odor. Sadly, people who have similar MHC molecular structures do not have great relationships. They tend to have problematic relationships. And in fact, one study showed that those people who have similar MHC molecular structures tend to have higher rates of infidelity in their relationship. Now, I know, this is not very Valentine's Day cheery stuff, is it? But, all right, so let's switch gears here. If you have MHC molecular compatibility, it tends to be quite pleasant.
I guess like when we're just kind of chilling at home and I like lean over and kind of like hug him and smell him, it's like very safe feeling. It's like security. I feel very at home and at peace, kind of like calm.
For me, I think it's good smell. I like it. It's a natural body smell.
He belongs to me. Like, that's just one smell that I will not forget. One smell that I'm accustomed to. Like, that's, like, in a way, it's like me saying that's mine. I don't know how to explain it better, but it makes me feel, like, happy. Like, sometimes I get, like, even more attracted to him, like, in a sexual way, too. But I feel like that's how it is most of the time when you smell someone that you know and you just know that they're near or whatever. Like, so it just makes you feel good.
Okay, let's talk about more things that influence body odor and attractiveness. You are what you eat. It turns out that garlic is not just good for keeping away vampires, it's also good for attracting the ladies. In a recent study, it was shown that when men ate at least 4 cloves of garlic, women were more attracted to their body odor. Garlic raises the level of antioxidants in the body, which in turn kills dangerous bacteria and thus leaves the body smelling healthier. But let's go even further. A recent study shows that we tend to be attracted to people whose body odor is of those who have the same political views that we have. That's right. If you voted for HC in the last election, you are more likely to be attracted to the body odor of somebody else who voted for HC in the last election and to be repulsed by someone who voted for DT. This seems to suggest that we can detect by body odor those who have similar values to us and thereby increase the possibility of a successful relationship. Well, there you have it. Love stinks. Well, that just about does it for this edition. Please write to us by email. The address will be coming up in just a moment with your questions. We'd be happy to answer them on our program. For the Psychological States of America, I'm Dr. Robert Myers. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.